All right, welcome back for another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted, the program where you get to help make Calhoun County a better and safer place by helping us lock up some of the bad guys. I'm Chris Wright, your host, along with our sheriff, Calhoun County Sheriff Matthew Wade. Good to see you, Sheriff.
Hey, it's always good to be on the show. I tell you, school's about to get out. My kids are extremely happy. You know, one of the deputies this morning said, yay, school's about to be out. I got all these kids at home with nothing to do. So, you know, depends on who you are, your perspective of whether it's exciting or not. So,
you know, I had to put something like that, the same sentiment, into an email that I sent to my uncle in Scotland. And then he replied back, he and his wife have never had any kids. And he put me in my place.
Well, you know, and I kind of said that too. You know, I was talking to that deputy and said, I sure wish my children were little again. I sure miss that time. My daughter's about to be a senior. Your sheriff, who likes to try to act tough, will probably cry a lot during this next year. And just be sad, you know, that his daughter is a senior. So children are the most wonderful gift you can ever get in life. So.
All right, well, let's talk about, unfortunately, somebody else's kids that haven't done the right thing. And
you know, 6 arrests this week.
Or no,
I was sorry,
2
2 arrests this week. You lied to me a while ago and said it was 6, so I have to blame somebody else. 2 arrests this week. I'll blame it on Chris. 4,174 people arrested, all because somebody was willing to get involved, and we cannot do our job without your help. It is a partnership, so thank you.
All right. Now, as we were talking about school getting out here, watch those kids, make sure that they're safe over the holidays.
Absolutely. You know, there's an old saying in the, you know, that people say idle hands are the devil's workshop. So your kids are out this summer, make sure that you have something for them to do, make sure somebody's watching them. You know, kids seem to get into more trouble, more things happen when they're at home alone with nothing to do. And it just, if you got a pool, if you got things going on, just need to make sure that you have something for them to do and be in their lives, be involved. We was talking about that earlier. No matter what it is, just do it.
Absolutely. Make sure that they've got some learning going on over the summer as well. The libraries all have reading programs that you can sign the kids up for, and that makes a big difference in having them ready when the next school year rolls around. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. All right, let's take our first look at our lineup for this week. We'll have some more guys for you later, but we're going to start off this week's lineup with Justin Brown of Jacksonville, wanted on a probation violation for possession of a controlled substance. David Mobley of Jacksonville, wanted on failure to appear warrants for fraudulent use of a credit or debit card and possession of a forged instrument, 2nd degree. Anthony McKinney of Oxford, wanted for failure to pay for domestic violence, 3rd degree harassment. Tina Mosley of Ohatchee, wanted on failure to appear warrants for possession of a controlled substance, illegal possession of prescription drugs, and use of possession of drug paraphernalia. Cheryl Foshee of East Abogo, wanted on a probation violation for possession of a controlled substance. And Donald Sanders of Pell City, wanted on probation revocation for assault, 2nd degree. That's the first half of this week's lineup. We'll have more people for you in just a few minutes here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. All right, we'll take a look at some more bad guys here in just a few minutes. Hopefully you'll recognize somebody and be able to give us some help. But right now, Sheriff, I want to welcome some guests onto the show.
You know, normally bikers and cops, historically, you know,
yeah.
Maybe not.
Stereotypically.
There's a good word. You're a professional. Stereotypically don't get together, but this is something we can probably work together on.
Yeah, and we see that in reality, a lot of times that is the case. Bikers are out there doing a lot of good things, and with the summertime heating up here now, you guys are going to be out there a lot. We got Philip and Wayne from the Divine Cruisers Riding Club. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing good.
Mm-hmm. Having some thunderstorms here lately. That doesn't help out the bike, does it?
No, it's not very good riding weather.
Well, hopefully we'll have some clear days, especially on June 2nd, because that's when we're going to have the first annual benefit ride for the ARC of Calhoun and Cleveland counties, right?
Correct.
You know, tell everybody what the ARC is. I mean, we might want to get in that in the second part, but you know, the ARC is just such a wonderful organization that help people with disabilities.
Right. It's
Special needs,
they are the largest national community-based organization advocating for and serving people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and their families. And we're talking about kids and adults, and they help out a lot. I've been involved with several of their programs over the years. I know you have, Sheriff. And
wonderful people.
Glad to see you guys starting a new benefit ride for them.
Yes, sir.
So tell us about the ride. What's going to be happening on June 2nd?
Well, we meeting at Harley Davidson, Mount Cheehaw Harley here in Oxford. We're going to take about an 80-mile trip.
You're probably going to have a little fun before you start riding, though, aren't you?
We'll be busy before we start riding.
Somebody will have some fun. You'll be busy.
Yeah.
You're the president. You don't get to have any fun.
No, sir. Just a little.
All right. So you'll get there together about 9 o'clock in the morning, and then 11 o'clock kickstands up, and where are you going to head?
Yeah, can't issue.
We'll be going down 78 out of Oxford into Heflin through Fruithurst. We'll make a stop there in Fruithurst at the general store, and there's supposed to be some more clients from the ARC there to meet us and talk with them, let them look at the bikes, sit on them, look at them, whatever they want, put a smile on their face. Then we leave there and go to Randomern, Alabama, make another stop, and then for 15, 20 minutes, let everybody get gas, whatever, and head back to Oxford.
And Wayne, you don't have to keep your eyes open to look out for you guys. We're going to know you're coming, right?
Oh, you'll hear us.
Yeah, you'll hear us.
You'll hear us for sure. The main purpose of it is to let the people that's involved in the ARC come out and enjoy and be around the bikes and look at it. A lot of times it picks up people's spirit and it helps them in the community too, to show them what the ARC does for people, because it is a great organization, and we're just trying to get this ride started. So it will be a yearly event, and it'll have different routes every year, hopefully. And like I say, we're going to stop this one time in Fruithurst, and some of the people's going to meet us there that's affiliated with the ARC, and they'll have water for us, and they'll have some people there, and hopefully they can have a good time. And all the proceeds are going back to the ARC. Every money we raise, all the money we raise is going to go back to them.
And you don't have to be a member of the Divine Cruisers to take part in this, do you?
No, sir. It's open to the public.
So, I rode motorcycles when I was little, but in today's world, everybody has a hobby. Mine is, I like fishing, and some women like shoes. I like boats. So when I look at boats, it's like diamond rings to me. I want one, So I can imagine motorcycles are the kind of the same thing for y'all. So tell us what people who enjoy motorcycle riding, like these runs, these rides. I mean, this is kind of a big thing for people who ride motorcycles. Am I right? That's how they do it?
Yeah.
It's the camaraderie and the fellowship that other bikers like to come hang out together?
It's the fellowship with other bikers, and when you part of helping someone, it makes your heart smile, makes you feel good inside and out.
Amen.
That's
That's
what
always
we
true.
for, to help.
Yeah, that's one reason we started this group, is to help others. We do a lot of benefit rides with other clubs.
Yeah.
I mean, they invite us to come over and we ride.
We have a term for it, don't we? What they're talking about. We use that term every day at the sheriff's office. We have it on our Facebook page. Next time I want to see it on your vest, I want a patch that says servant's heart, because that's what you're talking about.
That's exactly right.
Hey, that's right.
That's
Serving
exactly
others.
right. But and we're hoping a lot of the other clubs come and join us. I mean, like you said, you don't have to be a member of us to come and ride. In this ride, anybody with a motorcycle can come and enjoy it. And we have a lot of the area businesses has donated door prizes. We'll have door prizes. Harley Davidson here is putting on a good thing. They're letting us use their place to leave from and come back to. And of course, the law enforcement's also helping out. They're escorting. They'll be stopping traffic for us at different places.
And if people want to find out more about it, they can go to the Facebook page as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Divine Cruisers Riding Club. Just look for that on Facebook, and all the details will be there, especially leading up to the event.
Yes, sir.
And another thing, you don't have to have a motorcycle to participate. If you want to come in your car and truck, of course, just don't intervene with the bikes, stay in behind us. You're welcome to ride.
Very cool.
Anything we can do to raise money for the ARC, that's what we're doing.
All right, so it's $20 a bike, $5 per person, and that'll be on Saturday, June the 2nd, starting out at the Mount Cheehaw Harley Davidson
Yes,
in
sir.
Oxford.
Yes, sir.
Very good. All right, we've got to take a quick break. We'll be right back, and we'll have the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. All right, it's time for the second half of this week's lineup here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Gregory Sansing of Scottsboro wanted on a probation violation for second-degree theft of property. Anthony Holloman of Anniston is wanted for probation violation, identity theft. Devious Wilson of Oxford wanted on a failure to appear warrant for fraudulent use of a credit or debit card. Felix Burns of Talladega wanted for failure to pay, manufacturing a controlled substance. Rosalind Montgomery of Anniston wanted on a failure to appear warrant for theft of services. And Dwight Baird of Anniston wanted on a probation violation for the Community Notification Act, Sex Offender Registration Notification Act. If you have any information about these individuals, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers. They need your information, not your name, and you could get a cash reward of up to $1,000. The number to call is 256-238-1414. All right, we've still got several property crimes that we need your help with. We'll have those here in just a few moments with the Crime Stopper segment of the show.
Absolutely.
But right now we want to talk a little bit more about the ride and about the reason that we're going to have the ride. Patty Tiller from the ARC of Calhoun and Cleburne County is joining us, and Aaron is here with the Divine Cruisers Riding Club. Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate you being here. And so how many Divine Cruisers are we expecting to be in this ride?
Well, we've got 30 or 40, but we're expecting upwards from 80 plus to 100 riders. It's going to be amazing.
So 30, 40 from the Divine Cruisers, and then
That's
keep
30,
adding more
40,
on top
50
of
is
that.
probably what we're more realistically looking at, but it'd be nice to have more.
All
The
right.
more we can help them, the more it does.
What will you be riding?
My bike, my 04 Super Glide.
I was the scooters. I can't remember the name of them. If I could get one of those, they said
A
I
moped or?
could, moped. They said I could ride if I could get one.
Just got to keep up.
I did. In all honesty, I did see a guy this morning with a motorized bicycle. Because I thought that guy is moving for a bicycle, and he was on a motorized bicycle.
Get super powered like Tim Taylor.
So, Patty, what's going on with the ARC these days?
Well, this is the busy time of year for us. Well, it's always busy at the ARC, but it's Special Olympics season. We had, of course, our local events that happened in March, and then we just this weekend had state games, and we sent 40 athletes. The youngest was 8, and the oldest one was an adult in their senior years, shall we say. I don't want to out them. But we had bowlers, bocce players. We also had track and field. And our area is the very first and for the state of Alabama to have a stand-up paddleboarding team. And so our team got to go down and be an exhibition sport this year at state games. So again, we had 40 athletes and plus their coaches, and so it's been a busy week, and we're going to get ready to go for Special Olympics. We're about to go to national games, and so that's another thing.
Yeah, I saw that. This is something probably that the Riders Club can get behind. I saw where somebody in another state, the Special Olympics Olympic torch was passing through their town. So one of the breweries in town has come up with their own Special Olympics brew that they're going to be selling and raising money for the Special Olympics. You guys can support that, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
That's a great thing. I don't know how I can get behind alcohol with the ARC, but I'm sure I can. Fundraising is a very important part for us, and especially with our Special Olympics program. With the stand-up paddleboarding, there's state games and national games. Special Olympics and Knights of Columbus help with the athletes, but like with our parents, our team is young. The oldest one is 14, four stand-up paddleboarders, and so their parents want to fly out to Seattle. So we're trying to help raise money for them, and there's always costs like uniforms, like we are having to buy parts of their uniforms to go out. So events like this really, really help us, not only with Special Olympics, but with all of our programs. We have 2 camps coming up in June, 2 more in July for children with disabilities, and then 1 in July for adults with disabilities. And the great thing about fundraisers like the Divine Cruisers are doing is it's not designated. The money that they that they raise can go across the board. Unless they decide to donate to one specific cause, it can help us in all our programs that we have, because we are a nonprofit agency and we don't charge our individuals for participating in our programs.
Sheriff, one thing I'm sure you appreciate with this, all of us, doesn't matter if we're ARC clients or who we are, we've got to have something that we're working towards in our life. If we don't have that, then we're getting lost and everything falls down around us. And Special Olympics is a great example of something that these people can get into and be working towards, and gives them some direction and purpose.
Absolutely. Purpose, everybody needs purpose in their life, no matter what stage of life that you're in. Even retired, you need to have some type of purpose. My parents are retired. I try to encourage them to do things that gives them purpose, to learn, to have some reason to get up every day is important. In Special Olympics, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's a great thing too, because it enables people who may not have ever been told they could set a goal to set a goal, or people that have said you shouldn't try or you can't do or whatever,
You
and
can't be an athlete.
they can
Yes,
they
I can.
prove to themselves, and especially the folks that we're sending to the national games. Nationals, very competitive. They're not going to go out there and everybody just get a ribbon or whatever. They're going to really compete, and we have bocce players and bowlers, and our stand-up paddleboarding group is going out to represent the entire state of Alabama.
All
And
right,
that's
so
a big thing.
Aaron, remind us again, we've only got a minute left, but for everybody that's just joining us on the show, the ride, tell us about where the ride is, when it is, and who all's invited.
Well, anybody with a bike's invited, and we're starting at Harley-Davidson, Chiha Harley-Davidson in Oxford. We're going to be going up through Fruithurst, Ranburne, back into Oxford, and then back at the Harley-Davidson shop.
And that'll be on Saturday, June the 2nd.
Yes, sir.
Getting together starting at 9, and
Kickstands up
at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And people can find out more on the Facebook page, which again,
Yes, sir.
let's see, can we remember what the name of the Facebook page is?
Divine Cruisers Riding Club.com.
Okay. There you go. All right, so go check it out. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks
Good
for
luck
having
with the
us.
ride. Hopefully we have some nice weather. And Sheriff and I will be back in just a few moments. We'll have the crazy criminal of the week when we come back on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. And it's time for the Crime Stoppers segment of the show. Let's talk about some property crimes. Hopefully you can give us a little bit of information to solve one or more of these crimes. On May 14th and again on May 17th, a business on Highway 144 in Alexandria was burglarized. A person wearing a white uniform was seen on surveillance. A large amount of copper was stolen. Between April 15th and May 15th, a Glock handgun was stolen from a home on Cheyenne Trail in Anniston. Between May 13th and May 16th, the home on Jamback Road in Anniston was entered by forcible means. 3 air conditioners, 4 kitchen cabinets, and assorted painting supplies were stolen. During the early morning hours of May 19th, the white 2007 Dodge Caliber was stolen from a location on Highway 77 in Lincoln. On May 20th, a black male was seen breaking into a vehicle on Cedar Springs Road. This person was also seen leaving in a gray Oldsmobile car driven by another black male. Between May 9th and May 19th, an unknown person stole a Carrier AC unit from a residence on Roy Webb Road in Piedmont. If you have any information about any of these cases or others, please contact Calhoun County Crime Stoppers. You could get a cash reward of up to $1,000. The number to call is 256-238-1414.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
All right, so the police in Ohio got a call from an individual who said he was being followed. He was leaving the train station and was being followed. Now, the people who took the call did not take him completely seriously at first, because there's a place there called the train station that's a bar, and he told them that he was being followed by a pig. So they thought, he's been drinking. But no, he was coming from the Amtrak station. There was an actual pig following him.
Was it like a pet pig or a wild pig, or?
I don't know the details of the pig, but I do know that the pig ended up in the back of a police cruiser, which led to certain jokes that were quite obvious.
Well, I was about to say, that I'm being followed by a pig. Somebody could say, cop? You've cop following you? I'm not really sure. That's a kind of a corny cop joke.
Yeah. Well, that's all the time that we have for this week. We'll be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.